I was quite confident. I thought I won that fight again. I think I've got Larry Holmes here. I thought I won both fights. But then again, I've gone home with 2 losses on my record now, so there's not much I can do about it. I can just fight my heart out and do the best I can. But again, I'll always believe until the day I die, I won that fight.
Before the highly anticipated rematch, the boxing community was alive with speculation, predictions, and strong opinions surrounding Tyson Fury's clash with Oleksandr Usyk. The stakes couldn't have been higher, with analysts, former fighters, and fans dissecting every angle in the lead-up to what promised to be a defining bout in heavyweight boxing history. Johnny Nelson, a respected voice in the sport, offered a particularly bold critique of Tyson Fury's mindset heading into the rematch. Nelson didn't hold back, citing Fury's personal struggles and public controversies as factors that might undermine his performance. He pointed to Fury's questionable comments about Usyk.
Did you feel that, this time you had more on the back foot?
Yeah, aggressive on the back foot. I was on the front foot all night, yeah. Landing body and head. Listen, sometimes it's hard to score.
Quiet at the back, please.
I feel a lot of people did as well.
Stating they reflected poorly on the heavyweight champion, making him appear less composed and more distracted. According to Nelson, Fury's approach lacked the sharp mental discipline required for such a high-stakes fight, especially when compared to Usyk's laser-focused preparation. Nelson warned that Fury's trademark charisma and playful antics, which have served him well in the past, could become liabilities if not balanced with seriousness and strategy. Well, Hurst, in a woman, Jeff Powell, another prominent analyst, zeroed in on the tactical adjustments Fury needed to make. Powell highlighted Fury's potential underestimation of Usyk.
Same score. Frank had me 3 or 4 rounds up. A lot of people had me at least 2. I just don't know. Listen, it is what it is. I'm not going to cry over spilled milk. It's happened now. I know boxing, been in it all my life. You can't change no decisions. But I'll just always feel a little bit hard done by. Not a little bit, actually a lot. But
in their initial encounter, and emphasized the necessity of addressing Usyk's agility and technical prowess. According to Powell, the fight would demand Fury to adapt his style significantly, using calculated aggression and smarter movement to neutralize Usyk's precision. Post-fight, Powell's perspective has become a critical framework for evaluating whether Fury's changes were effective or if Usyk's skill set once again proved insurmountable. Dillian Whyte, bringing his heavyweight experience to the table, weighed in with his own analysis. Whyte stressed that Fury's size and physicality could be his greatest assets, urging him to impose his dominance early and prevent Usyk from finding his rhythm.
I think when you don't get the knockout, this is what happens. You can't guarantee a win.
The scorecards, I don't know if you've seen them, or any of you. The one judge gave Usyk the last 7 rounds. He did give Tyson 1 round, and the other 2 judges of the last 7 rounds gave him a round each gave him 1 round.
Whyte's advice painted a clear picture of the high-stakes strategy Fury needed to employ: assert control through relentless pressure and aggressive tactics. Now that the rematch has concluded, Whyte's comments offer a key metric for fans and analysts to judge whether Fury successfully leveraged his physical advantages or allowed Usyk to dictate the pace yet again.
I mean, I've been doing this for years, and I'm biased, I know, because I'm in Tyson's camp, but how on earth can anybody say he never won 1 round out of the last 7?
Were they Ukrainian judges?
Sorry?
Ukrainian judges?
They might as well have been.
Yeah. Wherever they were, it's.
Deontay Wilder, known for his outspoken nature, added an extra layer of drama to the pre-fight discussions. Reflecting on their first meeting, Wilder controversially claimed that Fury narrowly escaped defeat due to referee intervention, casting doubt on Fury's ability to withstand Usyk's relentless style in a rematch. Wilder's comments added fuel to an already intense build-up, framing the bout as a true test of Fury's resilience.
Honestly, I'm dumbfounded at how that scoring can be. It's dreadful.
How do you feel in terms of each one's performances? Obviously, the first fight, they said, look, I learned my best, but do you feel like your performance at week, night and day, just different?
I felt I won the both fights. Like this Australian lad here, he thought I won both fights too.
You say
And skill. Without external factors tipping the scales, with the rematch now complete, Wilder's provocative statements invite scrutiny as fans debate whether Fury silenced his critics or reinforced their skepticism. Lennox Lewis, the legendary former heavyweight champion, brought his seasoned perspective to the analysis. Lewis emphasized the stark difference in mindsets between the two fighters. While Usyk exuded discipline and composure, Lewis pointed out that Fury's focus seemed to waver, leaving questions about his mental and physical preparation.
I don't know what I've got. Well, obviously I know what I had to do, knock him out to get a decision, but do you know what? It's boxing and it happens, and there's no doubt in my mind I won the fight, and that's it. We can't cry over it. We can't do
I think
much
the
about
fans, all the British fans, and at home in Britain, everybody's calling it a massive robbery. So
what can you do? You get paid, you get laid, that's it. You go home. And I've done that many times, and we're on for a nice Christmas in the Fury House, and thank God we're all both out the ring in one piece. In the mighty name of Jesus for all that. Give me all the glory to God. Got me through these training camps.
Lewis's commentary underscored the immense pressure on Fury to redeem himself by not only improving his strategy, but also stepping up his psychological game. The outcome of the rematch now serves as a testament to whether Fury managed to rise to the occasion or succumbed to the same pitfalls. Omnio, a stun grenade explosion destroys Fury Fernie. True to form, Tyson Fury didn't let the build-up pass without some characteristic mind games. He took a playful jab at Usyk, calling him a little amateur boxer, a statement that blended humor with confidence.
You thought Usyk was the favourite going into the fight. Did it play out the way you thought it was going to play out?
No, not really. To be honest, I was a little bit disappointed with that. The way they judged that, to me, was a little bit too wide. I personally thought it was a lot closer than that. I wouldn't have given it the way they give it Usyk. I just thought he did really well. Tyson, he did way better than the first time. So that deserved to be a 1-1, and we should have a trilogy on our hands. So I'm a bit upset for Tyson. I'm a bit upset, obviously, for all of his fans, his family. And I just wish he won that fight, because
Fury's quip underscored his belief in his superior skill and power, but it also set the stage for fans to see whether his words would translate into action or backfire under the spotlight. Oscar De La Hoya added a nuanced perspective, pointing to the delicate balance between Fury's resilience and Usyk's growing confidence. De La Hoya emphasized that the fight would be a mental chess match as much as a physical battle, with each fighter's mindset playing a critical role in determining the winner. Now that the dust has settled, these pre-fight analyses and predictions offer a fascinating lens through which to view the rematch.
we needed that fight. He needed to cement his legacy, and I thought that he did. To be honest, I think a lot of people saw it different, but I know one thing. I know that he was working really hard, Usyk, to create as much as he could with working with his hand speed and the shots that he got in. I don't know what the punch count was for how many times he connected, but it might have possibly been more than Tyson's. But you know what? There's no way it was the way they said it was. That's all I know.
Did Tyson Fury manage to channel his larger-than-life personality into a focused and disciplined performance? Or did Oleksandr Usyk's precision and composure once again secure his dominance in the heavyweight division? The fight has left fans and analysts alike reflecting on the insights shared before the bout. As the narrative of this rematch continues to evolve, Oscar De La Hoya's analysis leading up to the rematch between Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk framed the fight as a battle of mental toughness and tactical brilliance, with razor-thin margins separating victory from defeat. De La Hoya emphasized that this fight would not only test the fighters physically, but also challenge their strategic minds. His breakdown set the stage for a showdown that would require both men to be at their absolute best to secure victory. Also,
overall, what'd you think of the scorecard?
116 to 112. I consider it pretty fair because I have exactly the same.
This second time around, what do you think made the difference for Oleksandr?
Old. He looked old. I mean, Tyson looked old. Yes. I don't know why. I don't know how, but he did look old for some reason.
That was a huge night for Ukraine. Dominant win for Usyk. I think it was actually more dominant than the first fight because he controlled the action. You got to give Tyson Fury a lot of credit. Tyson was actually winning the beginning of.
Promoter Frank Warren voiced his unwavering confidence in Fury, but he was quick to acknowledge the challenges that lay ahead. Reflecting on the narrow margin of their first encounter, Warren stressed that Fury could not afford any uncertainty this time around. He must dominate, Warren insisted, pointing out that any room left for doubt could lead to controversial decisions. With his comments, Warren highlighted the immense pressure on Fury to deliver a decisive performance and prove, once and for all, that he is the superior fighter in this heavyweight rivalry. Before the fight, heavyweight contender Zhilei Zhang also weighed in on the rematch, praising both Fury and Usyk for their skills and resilience. Zhang described the rematch as a clash between two perfectly matched fighters.
The fight, then Usyk showed his class and his ring IQ and won the later rounds. So it was a tremendous event. 3 wins for Ukraine with Lapin, with Boachuk, and then with Usyk. So it was great. And I was sitting next to Vladimir Klitschko, so it was a big night for Ukraine.
Yeah, listen, it was a close fight, and we thought we won. I thought it was 6-4 or maybe 7-3 to Dave, and we had a knockdown. There was a couple of rounds which was close, obviously, so they could have gone either way. But you know, you can't start screaming it was a robbery because it wasn't a robbery. It was a close fight.
Noting the way Usyk handled Fury's bodywork in their first meeting, Zhang dismissed the narrative about Usyk's vulnerability to body shots, highlighting the Ukrainian's ability to absorb and adapt to Fury's relentless pressure. While Zhang refrained from picking a winner, he underscored the elite level of competition both fighters brought to the ring, making it clear that this was more than just a fight. It was a test of two fighters at the peak of their craft.
The same score. There were some variances on different rounds, but I thought it was a closer fight. I mean, and it might even have gone either way, you know, but hey, what can I say?
What did you make of Tyson's performance this time? A heavier Tyson Fury. What did you actually make of his performance this time out?
I thought he was more active with his jab. And he probably, in hindsight, he probably should have tried a little more of he has a good one too, one up, and he used his size and reach and everything. Usyk is like a machine though.
As the highly anticipated rematch unfolded, the boxing world was eager to see how the contrasting styles of Fury and Usyk would play out. UFC commentator Joe Rogan described the matchup as a chess match, where Fury's size and power would go head-to-head with Usyk's agility and finesse. The long-awaited showdown was shaping up to be a classic, with Eddie Hearn echoing the sentiment of razor-thin margins between the two fighters. Even seasoned experts found it difficult to pick a clear favorite, adding to the intrigue of what was sure to be a historic battle. As the highly anticipated rematch unfolded, the boxing world was eager to see how the contrasting styles of Fury and Usyk would play out. You say,
he's just got a big battery that never stops.
I thought it was a really good fight. It was a very closely and keenly fought fight, but I thought Tyson won it. And I don't understand how one judge could not give him a single round in the last 7 rounds. I mean, what fight was he watching? And the other 2 judges only gave him 1 round from the last 7 rounds of the fight. I can't. It's beyond me. Oscar De La Hoya is sitting a couple of seats away from me. We were up, saying how you got it, and he's a neutral. He's not Tyson's mate or anything. He's, and he thought the same as me. He thought he won it.
What did Tyson Fury say to you in the changing room straight after?
UFC commentator Joe Rogan described the matchup as a chess match, where Fury's size and power would go head-to-head with Usyk's agility and finesse. The long-awaited showdown was shaping up to be a classic, with Eddie Hearn echoing the sentiment of razor-thin margins between the two fighters. Even seasoned experts found it difficult to pick a clear favorite, adding to the intrigue of what was sure to be a historic battle. Would Fury's formidable size and weight advantage be enough to overcome Usyk's brilliant technique and movement, or would Usyk's strategy of wearing Fury down with calculated strikes prove to be the winning formula? Zoid. Now that the rematch has concluded, the insights from these experts provide a deeper understanding of the strategies and mental games that defined the fight. From Frank Warren's call for Fury to dominate to Zhilei Zhang's admiration for both fighters' resilience, the build-up to the fight highlighted the high stakes of this heavyweight showdown. He moves at 10 pounds heavier than Fury ever was, and moves hard for about 7 seconds, over 90% faster. There's a future in the basketball world. Both fighters were determined to prove they were the best in the world, and their performances in the ring reflected the intensity of their desire to make history. Whether Fury silenced his critics or Usyk once again proved his indomitable will, the impact of this fight will resonate in the boxing world for years to come. Brody Williams. He played for the Boston Celtics for about 6 years. What's more, this rematch marked not just a clash of two titans, but also a test of the mental fortitude that each fighter brought into the ring. Tyson Fury's persona as the confident showman who thrives on psychological warfare was well documented in the lead-up to the fight. His antics and comments, whether joking or serious, kept the boxing community on edge, creating the perfect storm of mind games ahead of the fight. Meanwhile, Usyk's quiet, disciplined approach underscored his focus, making it clear that he was prepared to take on whatever Fury brought to the table, and that he would forever be remembered for the very first time that Fury ever scored on the world, something that Oakley, his grandson, hatefully challenged in Usyk's opening statement. Now, with the dust settled, fans and analysts alike are left to reflect on what transpired in the ring. Did the fight live up to expectations? Did Fury prove his superiority? Or did Usyk's strategy once again prove too much for the Gypsy King? Was the fight decided by sheer power or by a masterful game of wits? The post-fight analysis is already heating up, with experts breaking down every moment, from the fighters' footwork to their mental resilience. This rematch has already entered boxing lore as one of the sport's most anticipated showdowns. Now that the rematch has concluded, the insights from these experts provide a deeper understanding of the strategies and mental games that defined the fight. From Frank Warren's call for Fury to dominate to Zhilei Zhang's admiration for both fighters' resilience, the build-up to the fight highlighted the high stakes of this heavyweight showdown. Whether Fury silenced his critics or Usyk once again proved his indomitable will, the impact of this fight will resonate in the boxing world for years to come. Now, with the dust settled, fans and analysts alike are left to reflect on what transpired in the ring. Did the fight live up to expectations? And that's a wrap on one of the most anticipated rematches in boxing history, Tyson Fury versus Oleksandr Usyk. What a fight it was, filled with intensity, strategy, and the kind of raw emotion that only the heavyweight division can deliver. From Frank Warren's call for Fury to dominate to the insights shared by legends like Zhilei Zhang and Oscar De La Hoya, it was clear that this was more than just a fight. It was a battle for legacy. It was the forever contraption. So, did Fury silence his critics? Did he prove that he's still the top dog in the heavyweight division? Or did Usyk's technique and resilience shine through once again? We want to hear what you think. Did this fight live up to the hype? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Let's get the conversation going. The world is still buzzing about this clash, and we'll be analyzing every punch, every move, and every moment for years to come. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more boxing news and analysis, and turn on notifications so you never miss a fight recap. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next video.